Hello,
Sorry.
everybody, and welcome back. I don't know what we've done.
Not
Uh,
moved.
yeah, we haven't moved. That's what we've done. Okay. Or go back to work? Yeah, who are we kidding? HR probably found a replacement the day after you went missing. Nobody there cares if you got kidnapped or turned into the creature of the night.
Or
These,
turn
thought,
into a Dracula.
these thoughts put you in a weird mood. It's a strange sensation to walk the crowded streets, same as you have so many times before, but feeling so disconnected. All these people, you're not one of them. Not anymore.
Technically, half.
You're a vampire. Kindred. And you need to carve your own path in this strange new existence, one way or another.
Mm.
Appropriately enough, you arrive at Sophie's building just as that thought crosses your mind. A quick word with the security guard, and you're let into the elevator. Apparently, Ms. Langley is expecting you. Of course she is. You knock and wait, patiently, as the footsteps on the other side grow closer. Finally, the door opens, and Gregory, Sophie's driver, invites you in. You find the lady herself, standing by the window, silhouetted against against the city in midnight glow. I cannot fucking read today, dude, I swear to God. She stares out, motionless, like a marble
No worries, bro.
statue.
Meow, meow, meow.
Am I
Good evening.
interrupting something? She doesn't react immediately, but seems to snap out of her meditative state and looks at you with strangely bleary eyes. Yes, you are, but that's all right. I've been meaning to ask you something. When you look out at this city, when you see the lights, hear the hum, smell the rain on the pavement, what do you think about? You gaze out. The lights and the rain, the relentless honking below, music blasting from a nearby window, echoing off the buildings. Someone should record an hour of this and throw it up on YouTube as an ambient piece. I still find it funny they could get, like, the rights to YouTube and Facebook and shit, but not Nike. Other than that, though, it's business as usual. The sights, the sounds, the smells, you know them all too well. Sophie watches you. You can tell she's disappointed somehow, but she covers it up with a courteous smile. A bloodline of vampires that share common characteristics passed on through the blood from sire to child. There are 13 known clans, all of which were reputedly founded by members of the third generation. Well, not everyone can appreciate the intricacies that the world offers. In fact, among kindred, my clan is somewhat notorious for finding innate meaning even in the mundane. Oh, for fuck's sake. Many Toreador emerge from the ranks of accomplished artists, both new and faded. But no art. No, I can't read. Please read.
See, many Toreador emerge from the ranks of accomplished artists, both new and faded. But not all artists wield a brush. So the Toreador art encompasses all forms of entertainment and stimulation. The clan of the Rose courts the greatest actors, singers, writers, dancers, even sex workers. The degenerates believe such mortals will offer something new to their clan. Despite the customs of embracing only the best, the Toreador fixation on beauty and innocence caused many a diva to make a fledgling in haste. Not surprised.
Yeah.
Many a moonlit night, new clan members have emerged as shallow hedonists, one-hit wonders, or just a stunning body with nothing else to offer. Nicknames: divas, harlots, sensates, perverts, hedonists, degenerates.
Okay, so she's from Clan Toreador.
Cons.
No! No! You see, the blood that flows within me is that of Clan Toreador. There are 13 such bloodlines among us kindred, though that number has been contested in the past, and these nights, it seems nothing is certain anymore.
The guy who just spray painted on the wall, just like, oh wow, it looks so good. What does it say? Can't.
Oh yeah, I remember that. What was that, a vine?
Yeah, it was a vine.
Yeah, the dude spray painting on the wall, I remember that. The clans have gone by many epithets over the years, but the names used these nights have their roots in medieval times. The original Inquisition, if you can believe it. They use these to categorize us,
Expansion
describe our
edition.
inherent differences. In time, we adopted them ourselves. Childe of empire created through the embrace. The childe is the progeny of their sire. This term is often used derogatorily, indicating inexperience. Pearl, childer. I
Hmm.
don't like the word childer. That sounds like something bad. Like you call someone a fucking childer, you know? It's like,
I
ugh, go
mean,
fuck.
it's derogatory.
Yeah, I guess it works. Each clan has a uniqueness about it, inescapable, originating from an ancient progenitor, carried from sire to child. For the Toreador. It's such a dumb joke, but it cracks me up. The gift lies in a sensitivity of sorts. We are uniquely attuned to beauty and ugliness both. We can see whether where most cannot. See either where most cannot. A blessing on most nights, occasionally a curse. The sheriff is of my clan as well, though you'd be hard-pressed to see him such. Poor Kadir. It breaks my heart to see him in this state. Still, there is beauty to it as well. Nothing like a good fall from grace. Try as she might to act playful, you can tell she genuinely cares. She lets her gaze wander for a brief moment, but is quick to regain her composure. Then there are the Ventru, known for their pride and proclivity to rule over others. The prince represents that clan, as is quite common in our society around the globe. Just like Dainty's character, Bernadette! Wow, I'm learning so much! While many other clans claim positions of influence in mortal politics and business, no one can rival the Ventru in the game of pure power and wealth. Ah, billionaires, okay. They have long been the
At
leaders of the
1%, yes.
holding more positions of power than any other clan. They are loath to give that up. The Ventru believe in the strength of tradition and lineage. Oh, that makes more sense. The embrace is one of their most important rituals, and the choice of childe affects the way other members of the clan treat the sire. The Ventru, therefore, aim to embrace overachievers, politically or financially powerful kine, or those with a talent that sets them apart from the masses. They maintain that they are destined to rule all kindred, no matter the sacrifices involved. The detractors call them little lords, borgias, and tyrants. Those who respect Ventru for keeping the Camarilla together use terms like blue bloods, patricians, or warlords.
Also, with Kadir being part of the
Toreador?
artists, yeah, Toreador, it makes sense. Since he's like really obsessed with baseball, like he just finds a beauty in like their movements and everything.
The art of motion, yes.
Yeah,
Where the blue bloods think themselves rulers, the Bruja like to see themselves as preeminent
oh,
revolutionaries. Hey, it's us.
we would have
They
found it
call
out.
for universal rebellion while being slaves to their own temper. Oh boy. Clan Bruja have always embraced from the ranks of those sympathetic to counterculture and revolution. Oh, so my sire would have been a different person based on which character I picked. Okay, that's interesting.
Ah,
They seek out
so we're
allies who
just
question
choosing.
normative ideas and recognize in the fire of the oppressed. They gravitate towards the underdog. Common perception place punks, gang members, maladjusted immigrants rejected by the society that should protect them, and placard-carrying and Molotov-wielding rioters among the Bruja.
That fuck.
While the above is
Drinking
sometimes
water.
true, the clan adheres to no single ideology, and their desire for dissent reaches as deep as the fraudster ripping off his own company, the lawyer representing the poor pro bono, the neo-Nazi claiming to be all-right, what the fuck, and the basement dweller downloading thousands of movies illegally for redistribution of streaming sites. What am I reading? Fledglings embraced to fight and protest are commonly referred to as rebels, punks, or rabble. Hold on, I gotta reread this. While the above is sometimes true, the clan adheres to no single ideology. Their desire for dissent reaches as deep as the fraudster ripping off his own company, the lawyer representing the poor. So, okay, weird. So you got a mixed bag of everybody. Anybody who's against the norms.
It was just against something.
Yeah, okay. We won't discuss the rabble much anymore. Not after they've largely broken off with the Camarilla. To think they were philosophers once, long ago.
What?
Well, it makes sense, you know.
Rebels, yeah.
Revolutionary ideology, rebellions. I hope you tell more about some of the other... Oh, I hope to tell you more about some of the other bloodlines tonight. What's my clan? Well, I'm Bruja. How can I tell a kindred's clan? Say I meet a vampire for the first time. How can I tell what their clan is? Usually you cannot. A few exceptions, perhaps. For some clans, the uniqueness I mentioned bleeds into their appearance or disposition, but even that can be misleading. I'd sort of view very specific cases, Nosferatu. Knowing one's clans is less important than understanding who they are personally. What drives them, their wants and needs. Weaknesses, too. Speaking of which, we come to the reason I wanted to speak to you tonight. It is customary in our society, especially among younger kindred, to organize into coteries. Sometimes these are called by the prince themselves, or mandated by a fledgling sire. In our case, you may treat it more of a strong recommendation. I want you to seek out companions, not only because you need to learn more about our society, but also because it is useful. True friendships are rare among the kindred, but having allies, even temporary ones, is something of a necessity these nights. We might be selfish creatures, but we are drawn to each other nonetheless. Just like humans! Wow!
And just like stand users.
They're all drawn to each other. Well, do you have your own coterie?
I assume so.
Tell me, are you part of a coterie? Any close allies? I do have those that I trust enough to work with, yes. Not a coterie, exactly, though I have joined several of those over the years. Not in over a century, though. What are you doing?
Crushing bottles.
Ah. You, however,
Takes
would
up
do
less
well...
space in the trash can.
Gotcha. You, however, would do well to meet some of the city's younger kindred and see if you can find a connection. It's an essential experience for one so young. She puts on a mysterious smile.
Make friends.
I spent some of my precious time asking around last night, pondering potential kindred for you to meet. Came up with a short list of contacts. I hope you'll appreciate the gesture. Forging a partnership with them might offer perspectives and viewpoints that I cannot provide. Lenses through which to view our kind. They are all members of the Camarilla, of course. More or less. Thanks, I guess? Okay.
Choosing friends for me?
Okay, who are they? Alright, then let's hear it. Who's on the list? Eager to learn about them, I see. Good. I'm glad. So let us start with the Tremere. They are a powerful clan, disliked by many, but feared and respected by many more. They have been an important pillar of the Camarilla since the very beginning. They are blood sorcerers. Okay. Oh,
blood
fuck.
sorcerers.
A hermetic mage in 8th century Romania, Tremere was a leader of cabal... Yeah, leader of cabal of magic users, rightfully feared for their obsession with knowledge and power. Unwilling to accept his own mortality, Tremere cast his eyes on the hallowed secret of immortality. In his greed, the mage instigated the most terrifying magical experiments ever conducted, damning himself and his followers to a hell of their own making. Terrified, they died and woke again to an eternity of Wait, so they made themselves vampires through magic in the 8th century.
Apparently so.
In a mockery of their former magic rituals, now only fresh blood allows the Tremere to cast their thaumaturgic spells to twist reality. Oh my. The clan is still organized like an initiatory occult order, recently fractured into a number of competing oh my god, I can't read today. Competing houses, each claiming to be the rightful heir of Tremere's legacy. They see true power as knowing the ways of shaping the world, having access to the right blood, and owning the rarest of ancient artifacts. They're usually referred to as warlocks, hermetics, or transgressors. I can't read today, I'm telling you, man.
Warlocks.
Warlock.
The masters of laxatives.
They call him the Brown Wizard. You look at Sophie with a hint of disbelief. Blood sorcerers? Pretty sure Mark from QA used to have a brag about having 11 to 70 blood sorcerer. Somehow you don't think he meant magical vampires. Sophie snickers. Oh, Charlie. Don't be caught with that look on your face when you meet a warlock in person. They really are adept at using VtM, their own, as well as others, to unique and potent effects. Archaic term for the blood of a vampire. Yeehaw!
Okay, so they're just
They're literal blood sorcerers.
like hemomancy.
Yeah. Since they are
Hemomancy.
quite rigid in their hierarchy, the kindred I had in mind for you might need some persuading. His name is Agathon. From what I hear, he is quite the scholar, very ambitious. The child of a toted Tremere here in New York. Aisling Sturbridge. Spent enough time with Agathon, and I'm sure you'll run into her sooner or later. I mean, blood magic, intriguing. It is interesting. This whole blood magic thing sounds interesting. Oh yes, fascinating. It's also a well-kept secret of the Tremere. Don't expect them to share it right away. Some things have to be earned. Anyway, if you wish to contact the young Tremere, I hear you could usually find him in a New Age bookstore out on Broadway. The Tremere have one of their workshops there. Gregory will give you the details. Now, this next recommendation comes with a bit of a caveat. As you recall me saying, most bloodlines have unique features that might not be obvious at first glance. Well, there is one clan whose members wear their curse on their sleeve. Nosferatu! I know that one! The clan of Hidden are known under many names. Hives, lepers, sewer rats, carnies!
Carney?
Scabs, Orlocks, come on, man! But a few of them sound pleasant. Wait, but a few of them sound pleasant. For the Nosferatu, the embrace is a journey through abjection, as the blood of the horror gradually deforms the struggling tissues of the human body into grotesque abominations. Weeks of pain result in deformities similar to terrible birth defects, cancer growths, crippling injuries, and leper-like sores. Those who endure it find themselves as monstrous echoes of Murnau's silver screen version. But perhaps pain and humiliation teaches compassion. The Nosferatu, as they jokingly call themselves, are the most humane of the kindred. Really? Wearing their curse on the outside rather than the inside. To blend in, some call on the blood to wear the borrowed faces. Oh my god.
Wow.
To wear the borrowed faces of their victims or disappear from sight, while others rely on prosthetics and heavy makeup. Find a fucking Nosferatu rolling around in a wheelchair, takes you out. Oh man. Man, what's with the goofy names? Guess they're really big on Blue Oyster Cult. No, you fucking... God damn you. No wonder they make their havens in sewers, abandoned buildings and such. Their appearance is hideous and obviously unnatural. Had they walked the streets like other kindred, the kind would have learned of our existence long ago. Did she just shudder? It's hard to tell with her usual complexion, but you could swear her skin suddenly took on an even more sickly color. The one I have in mind isn't as big an eyesore as the worst of them, but he's no Adonis either. Still, he has some talents and connections that you might find useful. His name is D'Angelo, and he has an office, for lack of a better term, in the otherwise abandoned grain terminal in Red Hook, right next to one of those Swedish stores. The name escapes me. The ones with the awful furniture. Ah, IKEA. What, IKEA? Yes, that's it. My mind struggles to retain things that are aesthetically displeasing. D'Angelo does jobs for Kadir, digging up dirt, locating kindred who would prefer to remain hidden. The kind of work the Nosferatu are best at. He's on a case right now, something to do with kind murders, I think. After your initial brush with our dear sheriff, I think it would be wise to show some goodwill towards his agenda. Assisting D'Angelo in his investigation might be just the thing. Yeah, I want to see the Nosferatu. She takes a brief pause to look out the window again.
One more.
Now come the two more exotic proposals. Exotic? As a blood mage and a vampire detective.
Jeff.
We're visiting the Gangrel. Nope, never heard of them. Let's see. Clan Gangrel are outcasts, wanderers, rogues, and hunters. They make havens in the poorest parts of the city and feel no shame for doing so. They claim few domains as their own, but defer no
the ghetto
prince. If a pharaoh enters the city, the prince will either accept it or have to fight the pharaoh to get them to back down. Gangrel embrace from the ranks of survivors and fighters, leaders of prison crews and gangs, explorers, urban and otherwise, and any kind who sees the world as something to traverse instead of something to hide from. They care not for looks or title, but for accomplishment and reputation. They are commonly referred to as wolves, feral and outcast. or in a more derogatory manner, as animals, strays, and savages.
Detroit Gang Clan.
Ah! Okay, well, we'll deal with this in the next one. See you later.
Wait, that's literally Gang Clan. Well, adios.